Okay, can you enable me? All right, I think let's go straight to this trade settings. So I did try to experiment with a 10,000 account during the day. And this is what I found would enable us to be able to play within these parameters without really overexposing ourselves. Now, at lot size, we set our lot size at 0. We trade at 0.1 lot size. At 0.01 lot size, the pip value, every pip you make, if you're aiming at 4 pips, then you're going to pocket profit of $4, right? So in my calculation, and we are targeting only 1% of 10,000. This 10,000. So we 1% of 1,000. Remember, the profit target is 10,000 for the full challenge. So meaning that we need to spread out the 10,000, the 1,000 over the period that we want to trade. Then you come down, you say that let's then target just 1%, meaning that 1%, if you're going to do 1% every day, within 10 days, you will have actually achieved, and 1% of the 1,000 is 100. So within 10 days, you'll have achieved the $1,000 profit target. So if you're going to execute 23 trades, and when you're talking about executing setup, I will want to go back to where I started. I said that the mistake that I made was about entering the market at the wrong time. You wait for a moment that actually the market is moving. That's the time that you take your 23 whatever. You are going to enter your first setup. 23 at once, so that they come to mature at one time, or you spread, even if you're spreading them slightly, but just at the same time, so that, because again, when you look at the TP here, 4 pips, aim at 4 pips. Sometimes you've been aiming at 10 pips, because the fewer, the lower the pips that you are aiming at, the higher the chances of you actually getting them. Yeah, that TP is likely to trigger faster, but because if it's longer, then it will mean that the market will have to move that far. But remember, as it moves, before it reaches there, it might retrace, and the retracement is what we are trying to avoid as much as possible, so that it does not again take you into those unrealized losses which we are avoiding. Yeah. So we are saying that you take, at least if you take 23 trades at once, and you treat that as one setup, then you let the market go with and you have set your pip size at 4 pips. Within a short period, if the market is moving, it is going to hit your 4 pips. That you clear all the way. Then that 4 pips, you multiply by 23. That will be about 92. Those are $92, and that's actually one. That is just one setup. Yeah, that is just one setup. You have managed 92, and remember, you're only aiming at 100 or more if need be. But to be safe, because sometimes even when with the 4 pips that you are aiming at, the market, you might see it coming, but it is not reaching your 4 pips. Yeah, it can come and hang somewhere above, anything above 2 pips. For me, what I would do at that point, I will not give it an opportunity to start withdrawing. I will bag. I will actually close those accounts at the 3 or 2 point something pips, so that I get out of, I avoid the possibility that it might retrace, and it puts me into losses. So that once I see that it is about to, it is reaching a point that it is not moving forward, but already I have profits, bag those ones first. Let it retrace. If it retraces again, then now again go for the second setup, so that now by the time that it comes up again, you will probably get bag another 60 or so pips. Yeah, even if you don't go for the full 4 pips. That way, you will be within a margin whereby if you do two such setups, you will certainly have hit your $100 target for that day, and then you get out of the market. Yeah, or if you want to continue being there, go get another account and do other things. But this one that you are managing for under the TMO parameters, you just do those two setups, get out. Yeah, that way you will be able. And now when you look at the daily limit of 500 and realized net profit or loss and loss, the total maximum exposure that this 23 pips here would give you at stop loss, we go for 20 pips, not that 5. Such that, and if it goes, don't move the stop loss, for heaven's sake. Let them be. If for any reason it will retrace all the way to the 20 pips, let it take the losses. Okay? Let it take the losses because it will prevent you from eating 500. The maximum it can do is 460. And once it does the 460, then now you are out of the market. Now you can re-strategize again how you can recover this loss or how you can make profit. That way it gives you some space to make decision and be able to re-enter the market. Because if at 20 pips, even if immediately you entered and the market went the opposite direction, let it just go. Don't start panicking and start killing anything. Let it go. If it goes all the way up to 20 pips, let it take the losses with it. Then after that, again re-strategize because you cannot get it wrong all the time. Yeah, you cannot get it wrong all the time. The next time you are going to do it, you'll take another setup and probably it will go all the way, take profit. Then once you have bugged, because already you are in a hole, then it might require you to do another setup. Yeah, it will definitely require you to do another setup, possibly to be able to wipe out, to try to minimize on the losses that you had already incurred. Yeah, so that will inform you. But the stop loss, we must effect it. We must have it in place, and let's not move it when the market moves against us. Don't move it. Let it. It will get you out of the market at that point in time, and now you can be able to re-strategize again and be able to come back. This you can easily recover. You can easily be able to recover, given that you still have a long day ahead. You look for good setups which you can be able to recover those losses that you had incurred earlier. So let us put in practice the stop loss. Let's not make them so long, rather so wide. That way, it's when now the market goes wrong is when we get wiped out, because you end up bagging 40 pips loss and there are 20 trades. So that is very huge. To get out of that is almost a miracle. It will take a miracle. Now, on the other side, there is the aggressive trading. If you think that 5% is too tight for you, then you have the option of opening an account that now you know that you are trading as an aggressive trader, and therefore you have 10% as your daily loss limit. Yeah, you have 10%, meaning that you have 1,000, not 500, like for the conservative account. So with your 1,000 now, you will want to manage that within that. But remember, the conservative, the target profit at the end of the period is 10%, but your target profit will be 20%, right? It will be 20%. You will not be, the parameters are higher for you because you have been given enough room for you to be able to trade aggressively. Therefore, you can risk more. In other words, you have been given an opportunity to have double the risk that a conservative trader is allowed to have. And the higher the risk, the higher the return. It follows like that in investments. You go for a higher risk, the return expected will be higher. If the risk is minimal, also the return definitely will follow that. It will be also minimal. These things play out in that manner. So similarly, here under the aggressive, you target 2%. It's not 1 to 2%, but let it be 2% is what you are targeting, because remember, you will be your target profit will be it will be 20%, meaning that it will be 2,000. It will be 2,000. So under these parameters for the aggressive trader, then I found that with that 8 trades per setup, in one setup you just enter that 8 trades and you let them first go. Don't make another move before those ones they take profit or they take loss for that matter, as it were. Yeah. And again, you aim for 2 good setups. For that 8, if you go, and this one, you aim slightly higher pips. you aim, because remember you have a bigger room for you know, it gives you bigger room for you to play around. Therefore, you also you are at a higher risk than the conservative. So you aim at five pips, nothing more than that. Let's not go for 8 and all that. 5 pips. You look again. You use the same technique. If you find that again it is coming to 5 and it has already hit 4, and you are not able to, you are not sure that you'll hit the 5, exit the market. Just close all your trades, bag the 4 pips, have them safe. Then again now re-strategize. And the stop loss for the aggressive trader, we set it at 25 pips. Yeah. So when you take 25, you multiply by 38, it should be giving you something. It should be at most. You will not be able to eat 1,000. It will be anything below 1,000, between around 950. That's where it will be playing. Therefore, you see, I'm leaving some slight room just in case of anything. But at 950, still you are way below the maximum daily loss limit that you can target. The same for the conservative trader, where you have the limit is 500. So I took at 23 times 20 comes to 460. So still you have 40, but you don't want to go this at one. If these ones were to trigger, the stop losses were to trigger all of them at once, it will not put you in the, on the red. You will still be at 460, and therefore you still have a fighting chance. So that's how I try to frame this one. And if we can borrow from this, we try it out. We try using these parameters. Tomorrow we open those accounts. And if you will want to open a bigger account, for instance, 25, then what you do is that it is a question of just multiplying this, whatever the profit target you multiply it with a factor, which would also ensure that you are within the same parameters that the other accounts will be at. Yeah, you just use up whatever that will, a factor that will be able to ensure you are still within the limits of these accounts that I've set up. So, but my suggestion is that we start with 10,000. We using these parameters, then we see how it plays out. Then we can review as we progress and see whether we are able to manage within those strict, constraints that have been put forward for us. So I don't know whether somebody there's anybody with a question, because I think that will be the end of it. Tomorrow I will want us, we start a new challenge, and we will be reporting as usual. Yeah, we will be reporting like we have been doing before. As we do them, we start afresh at 10,000, and we do our settings in the manner that I have suggested here. Then we see, and you keep your eyes on the last box that I've said, to ensure that this negative balance is not moving, is not being reached, and to ensure that anytime you are entering trades at any one time, you don't do anything more than 23. For the aggressive, if you want to be an aggressive trader, don't do anything more than 38. Set your TP at 4 and 5 pips. Set your stop loss at 20 and at 25, depending on where you categorize yourself. And then we play the game, we see how it is. And you remember, the target profit. Once you hit the target profit, please just stop there. Yeah, there's no heroism in this one. Once you hit the target profit, just exit that, close your account, be happy that you have met all the objective of the day, and get out. This is what we call discipline, and that is what we want now to try to inculcate in our way of trading. So thank you so much for.
Can I just say something, Jackson?
Yes,
Hope
please.
You can hear me now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right. Thank you for this presentation. What I'd just like to suggest is on these parameters for trading, I would rather that we take profit of between 2 and 4 as per what somebody is comfortable with in his style of trading, right? And even the other one between 2 and 5. Yeah. Stop loss and whatever that can be. But what are the reason? My reason for saying that is your probability of closing the trades with that 2 pips or 3 pips are generally much higher, and particularly with the way, if you have observed the market now, the market is very unpredictable and very slow. So I would suggest that people take what they feel comfortable with between the 4 pips, between 2 pips and the 4 pips, and the other one between the 2 and 5. And also with the lot size, I would also say from 0.08 to that 0.1, yeah, again gives you certain room to maneuver when you're trading within the market. Those are just my suggestions. I don't know what others may feel.
Yeah, that's in order. That's in order. In fact, it's not different from what I had earlier said. The four pips and 5 pips here, this is the upper limit that I said you put that. When you have put a slightly, achievable, but not so high, and again, not so low, it also gives you the room for you to, just in case one long candle happens, like they do, yeah, it gives you room that you'll actually be able to take the 4 pips. But if the candle, you can see the movement, the way it is coming, and it seems not to have the force that it will go all the way, and you don't want to wait, you can still kill it at it gives you the room to kill it at 2 pips, 3 pips, you exit the market, and all of them you bag at that point. So if you had only put 2 pips, yes, it will take the 2 pips, but it is moving so fast that it goes all the way to 5 pips, 6 pips, and there you are, you'll be watching. You are putting yourself in a position that you can make a decision to bag the 2 pips. But also you are in a position that if the market so moves as it does sometimes, you can also hit the 4 pips. You will be better off. I'm sure you can see what I'm saying.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Can I just make a comment?
Yes.
Vincent here. I think the other thing that we probably also need to take into account is the commissions.
Commission, yes.
The commissions I've noted that actually, okay, depending on the lot size, but it ranges between 23% and 50%, depending on the lot size. So if you have a stop loss of 20 pips at 23 trades, you're going to exceed that $500 limit because of the effect of the commissions. At 0.1, I think it's about 30%. So we may need to adjust the number of trades that one can take at any one time, so that if in case you reach that stop loss of 20 and you're taking a loss, if you add the effect of the commissions, you're going to go beyond the 500 limit.
Yeah. Thank you, Vincent. Actually, I took.
I think you're right, Vincent.
Yeah. Thank you, Vincent. I took into consideration this when I was looking at the pip value of $1. This was actually, I was looking at the trades which had already closed, and this is the gross profit. That's the gross already, which meaning that already the whatever is incorporated there, the commission is already incorporated. Yeah, it is already incorporated in the $1 because I was looking at already closed trades. I was looking at when trading at this, maybe $3. If it is 3 pips, what is the gross? What is the gross? What is the gross? Profit? It was $1. So my opinion was that it is kind of incorporated there. But again, we can check. We can check on that what he's saying. It makes a lot of sense because the commission they hit into what you bag at the end of the day in terms of profits. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I don't know whether somebody else was a question because I will want us to end there, and as we have agreed tomorrow, let us try a new one. And as these things are not cast on stone, you still have the big picture is that we try as much as we can to work within levels that we are comfortable, but ensuring that we are not exposing ourselves to this 5%. These are just for guideline. If you might want to vary one or two aspects, I think we should be free to do that, because as we said, we all have different trade differently. We all trade differently, but what is important is that we do our risk management proper to ensure that we do not exceed these parameters. And given that there is no program that is tracking our performance like the Ftmo, they have the charts and all that which tracks automatically. We will have to do the tracking ourselves. Yeah. And let us, if you exceed that limit, also note it down somewhere so that you can, at the end of the day, you can be able to report, I went the lowest and my losses and the realized losses was up to this level. Yeah. So then now you can be able to balance, and as we report, also we report on that whether you are able to exceed or you remain within the limits. These are things that we have to do by ourselves and report as it were, so that we can be able to help each other out if there are challenges. Good. Otherwise, if there is no another question, I think I want to thank you people. It has been a long talk, and there was a lot to learn, and it was necessary. And I believe that it leaves us in a better state than we were, and we will be able to polish further our trading. Yeah, we say, as I said earlier on, it's not about even the Ftmo. These are good practices that if we incorporate them in our trading, they end up making us actually better traders. They make us move towards being professional traders than just people who are just doing trading, and we don't have a very clear picture of what the limits that we should not go beyond. Okay, so let's take it serious. Let us be honest to these figures. You are own supervisor. Just do what you can, knowing and assuming that this is the real money that is at stake. And if then you go beyond that, you'll end up losing. Thank you so much. May God bless each one of us, even as we plan for tomorrow, and may we have a fruitful day in the market tomorrow and beyond.